talent. Anyway, that hero's not in this game. I don't think it's going to get picked here because in NA, we don't have that many people that care too much to pick Beastmaster in the offlane after the Necros got nerfed. That's really all we cared about. Tiny Ench probably supports, but I mean, Annihilate obviously can play the tiny mid. You've got that flexibility. Can't believe Centaur made it through to the second phase.
Yeah, that is a bit surprising. I mean, like you said, we saw Tiny mid last time around, and it's not that it looked bad. I mean, he was blowing up Lesh. He just doesn't farm nearly as fast. That's kind of the issue with the mid Tiny. He tapers off to some degree. I like it when there's like a position 3 that can maybe scale a little bit better and kind of take over once it gets to the mid to late game. Otherwise, like we talked about position 1 Tiny, we've like not seen it at all.
Honestly, dude, it feels like this hero falls off. Even with, it's like you got this Ags build. That feels kind of sus because you have the Ag Shard too. So it's like, why the hell would you go for the Ags? And then if you do go for the Ag Shard build, you've got this Blink and like Echo Saber and this like burst stuff. It feels like too much of a weird mix. It doesn't really do anything that well in the late game. I don't think we've ever seen a Tiny, like barring maybe Quinn Tiny, where he snowballs and gets 20, like literally 20 kills, where it looks like it's actually contributing more than a support Tiny would in the late game. It's like, sure, he's blowing people up, but like that's what a 4 Tiny would be doing as well, you know? It's like he's not killing any cores on Tiny. Okay. So like you said, I think you do need some other scaling heroes, basically.
Look at 4 Zoomers, taking a bit of what we've seen a lot from EG side, right? Is that first draft phase pick of Abaddon as their like 5-position paramedic. I think even Quincy had pulled this out a couple of times, maybe as a response to the Viper. Now that Viper was pulled out from the 2-base front, saying that we need somebody who's a lane dominator and can offer that break utility. And now the Medusa, who was banned in the previous draft. And I got to say, Medusa has been, you know, talked about a lot across other regions, especially as being one of the best cores in the game. Certainly in China, it is a top tier core hero right now.
Yeah. So
what is even good against it as a position 1? That's what I've been like. PL, I can see a little bit, like I mean, that shard being annoying. But
the thing is, though, it's like I feel like a lot of these like diffusal carries have gotten nerfed. Also, diffusal blade does less damage on illusions now, and it's better on like single right-clicking heroes. So like some troll getting a diffusal would be better, but it sucks on PL. The illusion heroes have also been nerfed. So the like mana burn doesn't feel like a really adequate solution to Dusa. And then even if you're mana burning her, it's like she still has this ridiculous Ags that's stunning you. I didn't respect this hero enough like 2 weeks ago just because you don't see it in NA, and then people started picking it in pubs, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit. I see why people are talking about this hero with regards to DPC. Like you see it in these other regions in DPC, but it's like, that's probably a competitive thing. And then it just comes into NA pubs eventually, and it's like, oh my god, I'm just stunned all the time. And I try to use a spell on her, and then it stuns me as well, and she's full mana. It's pretty nuts. I think this is the second best carry next to Faceless Void, which I would be surprised if that hero got through on and not banned by 2-based.
You think Faceless Void is what? The first?
The best carry. I think Faceless Void is the best
carry in the game right now is Faceless Void. That's
I think so. I think so, yeah.
Interesting.
That hero's nuts.
Because we have barely seen it. It's been picked like 2 games total.
It's picked
ever banned.
It's picked a lot in NA pubs. It's one of those ones where it's like, I don't necessarily understand why it's not picked in competitive. I guess because like you have more options to counter it. Because like in pubs, you just second phase pick and you're blind picking against 2 people. And then you also have 2 picks that you already see. So you're a lot less likely to like get countered. Whereas like in competitive, you could probably pick like a puck or something like that to counter it. But I mean, last phasing a void seems pretty dank. I think that's where we will often see it.
But would you pick it this game? Because you don't really have any follow-up into the chrono. Like how important is follow-up into the chrono these days? Because I feel like the time dilation changes makes his laning stage a lot better than it used to be, but he still has to ramp up, right? He's still very
I don't think I would pick it against like a Viper Ench, but I'm just like the only hero that I would consider potentially like more OP than Dusa in the carry role is Faceless Void. The carry's weird. Like every carry seems to be like 46% win rate or something bad like that in like high level pubs, because it really feels like there's a lot of breadth. Is that the word breadth? Whatever.
Sure.
There's no depth to the carry pool. It's just, what's the word, Dakota? You're the smart guy here.
I think you were just going for depth. Like, yeah.
No. There's
Right?
not depth to the carry pool. There's, hey, come on. I'm trying
Pretty sure breadth is a word though. It's like a DTH or something, you know?
It's like the carries are not that good, but and they're all up about at the same level, so there isn't depth to it. But they're all just like okay. They're all just fine.
Yeah,
Other
I mean,
than
I'm with you on
Void.
that.
This is a little crazy. What do you guys think of anti-mage? The line makes it a little iffy, but before the line, they had like 1 stun.
I mean, I named it before. I feel like it's incredibly niche, but then when the stars align, does the captain drafter have the... Do they have the acorns to make the call to make it happen, you know? I don't know.
They might.
That's what it takes sometimes. Sometimes it's just like they throw it out. Like Luna, I'd say, in the early part of this season, you know, never saw it before. Oh!
My God.
Oh, my Lord. I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think, man.
That was hype.
I mean,
You have to pick that team now.
Yeah. So if you're a Medusa, do you have to buy a BKB?
They
Like, it
have the
feels
acorns.
really bad to buy BKB on Medusa, but
I
obviously,
don't think I've seen this matchup with the new Medusa. It's been a long time.
well, the new Medusa, yeah, that's true. The Aghanim Scepter does make it a little annoying, but I have to
We gotta
go
go
for
quick.
Zoomers. I gotta
have
go.
to.
I gotta go.
Jenkins.
I'm gonna go Zoomers too. Anti-mage is cool.
All right, let's see if it's good enough to get them the 2-0 win, or if TOOBASED can take us to a game number 3. We head to break. When we come back, it's going to be Trent, it's going to be Pucker, and it's going to be Pop-Tart, bringing you the coverage.
And we're back. It's game 2. Trent, 4
Hey.
Zoomers, busting out the anime.
Oh, I don't know. It's been discussed at great length lately. The Medusa and the anti-mage. Because Medusa picking up a lot of steam, very popular hero at the moment. And of course, in the classic sense, it makes sense. She uses mana to stay alive. This guy burns the mana. It should be a natural counter. And it does work in pubs a lot of the time. But the question is a coordinated team effort with the timing of the Medusa too fast and too like team-centric for the AM to really have a good enough of an effect?
As far as the AM's concerned, it feels like his timing requires maybe more items, or at least his timing is less team-oriented. You don't 5-man around an AM just because he hits his item timings.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they obviously performed that pretty well last game. I mean, game 1, he basically played anti-mage. He waited, he got his items, and then he joined in. Now, mind you, Wraith King tends to do a little bit easier in the laning stage, especially with a nice partner like an AA. So there'll be a lot more passive, I imagine, with an ABBA anti-mage lane duo. And
Yeah.
here we go. Tradition dictates that this must be done.
Get the Suns fans out.
Good.
What's
good
the
spread
formation
here.
going to be?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess
Also,
this is a 2-3 defense. They're playing zone. This is very good.
Very appropriate.
Man on man would be you put the right amount on each lane. You know, you'd have one mid.
Yeah. No, they're just they're triple teaming I Annihilate. You know, they want to shut him down. Maybe a bit of an overcommitment to this mid lane. I gotta say though, AM playing against an Enchantress Viper lane, I can't think of many worse lanes.
True. All carries really hate this this Viper because they all rely on some passive. You know, all the good ones have some passive that they're working with here to up their attack. Oh, Gunner, that was nice. Yeah, you taunt away. Give him the monkey business there. Well done. Nice deny on the rune. Yes, you kind of have to watch that during the team fights too, even in like the late game, right? Like, what if the Medusa just stands on top of the Nether Toxin and you can't actually burn her mana? It's kind of hilarious to think of. Isn't that like the ultimate counter?
Whoa, that's like some 5-head play right there, and I'm liking it. I mean, I guess AM gets a BKB in that situation, but here we go. 4 Zoomers bot lane are just running at the Viper, ignoring the creeps to start this lane off. And I'm here for it. They've got to do something and not just let themselves get right-clicked here. And Abba's almost...
I love Abba 5.
That Orb Venom.
I thought it was so bad at first, like at the beginning of the season, and it felt like it was always losing. And then this build, man, the curse and the orb. Whenever I see an Abba player buy this and skill this, I know they know what they're doing because you've spotted the weakness in the lane where you can just run at them. That's nuts. That's so good for your anti-mage lane that you just did that.
Yeah. I mean, for Husky's game, it's insane too. He can get all this extra regen. He's got a Sentry and a Windlace coming. I mean, the crazy thing with Abaddon, it's like often for these right-clicking melee heroes, you need boots first. Well, he basically has built-in boots.
Yeah, he's really fast. I mean, he's what, 10 slower than Flea with boots? And now that he's level 2 and they're both level 1, he might have another go at them if they get split up at all, but they're staying pretty tight. Oh, they're going on Flea. They want to punish his level 1.
Yeah, they just feel like they are the ones who can bully and take the advantage here. The Aphotic Shield coming out.
Sick.
Monkey's getting slowed down now. And he's about to get silenced, but I think Sammy Boy is probably going to leave Abba to do this by himself. Now Creep's coming in and will force him back. Very action-packed bottom lane.
Yeah, and the way that Sammy Boy went through the tree line there to get the double hit of the Aphotic Shield on both heroes was so nice, right? Like, that's... Oh, going in again. Flea,
In
careful
aggressively.
now.
He doesn't have mana for the Earth Spike. Okay.
A little much. It's a very tight dance here. They
And
have
there we
one
go,
more
Salva.
shield.
They're running out of regen on Zoomer's side. This is actually starting to look a bit rough for them.
Better quickly poke elsewhere before someone dies down here. Ocean on the Hoodwink, first phase Hoodwink. Yeah, it's an up-a-game kind of hero, it kind of feels like these days. You know?
Yeah.
You want to try it out a little bit, see how nice it is?
I was, hyping up MSS saying, Quincy, they think it's legit. They're first picking it. And then PP is like, yeah, only when they're up 1-0. I'm like, oh, that's true.
It's
Monkey's
it's how we
being
grow with the
chased-
hero. I still absolutely love playing versus this hero. I think it's so
Monkeys
much fun.
is just dead bottom, by the way.
Yeah. The old rundown once more.
Yep. Gave him the right-click business, and Lion was not there. I think he was TPing in. He didn't even get his full mana. He was just trying to TP sooner to help him out, but...
The deadliest,
Alright.
most aggressive lane duo you've ever seen, Anti-Mage Abba. Who knew? Off of one initial kill, and I mean, you said at the beginning, but just like so much on regen from that first kill for Husky, and able to even cheese out a Windlace to go with it because of the first blood.
And anytime he does get the full curse procs, it means, AM's getting that bonus attack speed as well, so... Tricky lanes. Top lane, looking at some of these other lanes, there's a big creep wave pushing in, and Boris has had a great start on his Medusa. Enchantress gets caught underneath the tower with a root, but... Ocean gets the kill, alright. Gets the... I think it was the bouncing attack, right?
Yeah, bounce off the Medusa, got the finish.
Okay.
Damn, I thought that he was going to live just because the tower aggro, but very well played. Ocean making things happen here. Almost has Tranquils done already, so maybe some rotations in the near future. Also, Gunner has caught it pretty well mid. Was pretty far behind, but looks like he got most of that last wave.
Can't
geez,
turn our
again?
eyes away from this lane, but Husky gonna overcommit. Couldn't actually get the 4 curse stacks because Monkeys just put down a Nether Toxin, I believe, so... Disabling that passive.
Getting that tip out finally. Nice.
Yeah.
Revenge from Monkeys. How much does he suffer net worth-wise? Not terrible, but he is like 600 behind the Anti-Mage. So yeah, Sammy Boy is loving this lane.
Yeah, top net worth. Obviously, it's not all about net worth, and this is still very early days, but... Well, it looked like a tough lane. And it's the Lion, actually, who went bottom, so Empyrean is playing in that top lane on the Enchantress, maybe giving AM a slightly better time.
Yeah, probably just like having the extra harass from like the creeps and stuff for the Centaur is really nice, and I feel like Hoodwink could also struggle for some of these creeps too.
Yeah. And I also, Lion as a 5 has looked pretty rough a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Sammy
Garbo, in fact.
having our... Now this lane gets a little annoying, though, it feels. The Abba can't easily lane here as well, now that they've got levels on the line. Viper, Sammy's having his mana drained.
Yeah, and look what Husky's done too, right? This big rotation up, has a ward in behind. Sentries to make sure he's not scouted, and they want to go for this push again, just like game one.
Yep. The Leshrac 5-minute siege creep push. This time they bring both supports. They get the Split Earth to follow up the route from the Hoodwink, and Annihilate gonna go down. Nicely played here. Leshrac out of mana though, but I don't think they've got the damage to deal with him. Siege creep is
green.
gonna get glyphed. Nicely done by 4 Zoomers too. They keep the siege creep alive with a really well-timed glyph. And with the curse stacks onto the tower, this could be an early tier 1. Gunner, Clarity's up for an edict. Gets shielded up. He's gonna live through this, and they get the tower.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the shield letting him keep the clarity. Beautiful. Now he's a haster too. That could be tempting with the vision of Flea going for that bounty room, but he will get it and survive. And Imperium has a sentry. We'll see if he catches that obs that's under him. Just based off how they made that play, you tend to wonder if they had used some vision for it. Could go for that like double sentry in between, but
Bottom lane, toss in for a hex. Sammy Boy doesn't have any mana to blink himself out of there. Feels like he could have benefited from a magic stick in this lane, but perhaps a little late that where he is probably realizing this, as we are also noting it.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
hey,
but that edict's still going. Easy.
as the hasted Lesh just cleaning up in this bottom lane. So, you know, I think Sammy Boy will be happy with the overall outcome, even though he goes down.
Ocean's wrapping mid here, too. It's just spotted. He's dancing in that vision dangerously because there is an obs on this side of the river. So Imperium almost baiting here and not giving away that he has that vision. Very well played.
Sammy Boy going to TP mid. It's definitely the time in the game where AM's thinking, okay, where do I go to get my farm? Because not the hero that naturally jungles. Does generally need a lane.
Boris, on the other hand, is in that jungle, which means someone needs to come and try and hold this tower, and that's going to be Monkey's job this game. Currently queuing up just straight boots of travel. That would be interesting. The speed would be actually very, very useful this game, but, you know, boots of travel on Viper, it's like you get so much from your HP and from your general tankiness. It's a pretty good game for a Hurricane Pike, too, but if you can get away with it and help push out these side lanes while Medusa's more focused on the triangle and the jungle, that could be huge.
This feels like the NA DPC meta, these Vipers. I feel like all these mid Vipers are getting, and now it's even the offlane Vipers who are getting the boots of travel too.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it. Once you have it on the hero, it does feel amazing, for sure, but it's kind of like a Midas, right, where it's just like, it's a huge cost that does eventually pay off.
Well, it's a bit of deja vu from last game where Zoomers make the same 5-minute rotation on mid, this time a lot more successfully, and then Gunnar goes top to take the tier 1 tower. This early max edict just shreds
mid lane?
buildings.
Please, just getting shredded by this DD Sammy.
Okay.
Oh,
Sammy, 5 seconds for another blitz. Mana Void.
Okay.
Lose.
Dip something in him while he was taunting.
Bit of a spicy game here.
Oh, the big beef, you know, as they said game one. Very spicy stuff here.
Hey, there was a, like, what, 4-man tip on Monkeys when he gave up first blood to the Abaddon?
True. Oh, look at the line drawn. Who's making that big... Oh, that was actually Husky calling it out. He's like, they're all going to move down here. Oh, he's so right. I mean, he's got all the vision telling him everything, so...
Oh. Stampede top. They go for Monkeys. They're going to bring him down in the trees. Can they make the same play bottom? This is where TOOBASED want to take this tower. It's an Abaddon. He's almost level 7 at 9
he's
minutes.
got ulti. I mean, they could easily defend this. They're going to start bringing numbers. I think this is the play.
This guy's insanely high level. Ooh. Borrowed time, just get out of the Impale. So maybe they're... That to me says they're probably not defending it because I don't think you want to run it anymore.
Yeah, or Ocean TP'd. Oh, Ocean. That ward is still there. Oh, no! Ocean, no! He missed. He was sitting right here next to the tree.
Oh, he still hits the ultimate. And they get him, the sharpshooter into Mana Void. Oh, Ocean, nicely done.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
All right, well, that was worth sacrificing your bottom tower, I would say. Free farming in the top, the mid, killing the enemy Medusa. Yeah, that tower's probably going down anyway. They're going to smoke out of there, though. I'm not sure about this one. No level 6 on the line. Why are we smoking, guys? Where are we going?
It looks like Lion is getting his 6, and then he's going to connect with his teammates, so...
On the Radiant scan it. Oh, man. Same boy was going that way, too. Nice scan.
Yeah. And Sammy Boy, blinks away, runs to his teammates to where the heals are, and Husky just runs in. He's like, all right, they're smoking around us. I'm an Abaddon. Here's my job. Let's run at enemies and tank smoke ganks.
Yeah, we'll notice that they just sentry the high ground as he pops his own there, and this is what feels best as Abo. Being one level below the enemy mid, like, okay.
And he might die here, but I think they're still okay with this if Anti-Mage is getting some good farm, and I'm not even sure he's going to die. The Stampede plus borrowed time, that is just like a, we're going to Stampede to save our 5 position. That's when, you know, your team is feeling good about things.
Yeah, especially when they already did the Viper Strike, too, so it's kind of just fun with it. It's not like Viper's going to go do anything else now. It's now they're on Boris again here.
Oh, wow.
All right, Ocean, I think, also just missed the pushback.
Can he hit him? Boris trying to dodge. No. It's so fun to watch Hoodwinks charge it up, but Gunnar is actually going to go down to a finger of death there. Ocean doesn't have any points in the Scurry, is being chased. Blink Dagger up in 7 seconds, so They want to get Ocean here.
Still
Looks
a
like
good
they're-
trade as long as he gets out. I mean, even if he doesn't get out, honestly, he's wasting enough time. That's still fine.
Yeah, could be a toss in on the Lion, but it looks like, yeah, he's just too fast with the Tranquil, so.
Oh,
Gets
Flea,
out.
though. Gets the bounty rune. Sick. Nice shovel.
Nice. Meanwhile, Hoodwink just getting a salve.
And Monkeys is over the hump. Has the boots of travel. His gunner pings him out and says, yeah, let's go kill him.
Boots Travel TP in top with a glyph here. They want to get the Viper.
Oh, you'll love
Gunner,
it.
that was nice. Prediction play. The glyph on the creep, so he could Boots of Travel in and kill the Viper there.
And, you know, that's when you want to push mid to punish that, because it's, like, pretty cocky to do that at, like, 11 minutes just for the boots of travel kill, but they don't really have the pressure for this. You know, Deuce is not coming. Annihilate wants to get enough blink kills that it feels worth it, but I don't know. I'm not getting that same threatening enchating towers that we had last game from Ocean. Oh, speaking of Ocean, though, he might be in a world of hurt here. No scurry, as he said.
Dire's top tower.
Okay, goes in on the
nice.
Lion. Sharpshooter follow-up. Lion getting low. Fleet still surviving through this all. They don't have the follow damage, but the heals are there from Zoomer, so they keep Gunner alive. Annihilate looking for another blink combo. Couple of seconds and his spells are back up. But seems like 4 Zoomers know this.
They want to pressure this so bad. I mean, they have all this vision that Annihilate can play under from that pillar ward, so they just really want to push this tower, and they just say, all right, well, you either come defend top, or we'll, I mean, you're not going to get a trade versus these guys. They just push way faster than you.
Yeah, once again, it's the Edict in the trees. Gunner's going to TP home, play it safe. Probably having some flashbacks to last game when he was doing this exact play and got caught in the trees. And they also want to defend their mid-tier 1, so it looks like they are setting up to bring back a fully healed up Lesh, but Sammy's got to be careful down bottom.
they're
Fleet on the
smoking.
high ground. Impale is there. Avatos follow-up. Is there a Finger of Death? Fleet still on cooldown. The Split Earth is there. That's going to stop some damage from the tiny Sammy. He doesn't have a blink. He's a bit low
please.
mana, but he gets bottled. I think did Gunner save him with a bottle there?
I couldn't even tell.
Wow.
He probably did, because he just
Or
came
just-
from Fountain. I'm going to go with a yes.
Yeah,
doing
they
the
tipped
tip.
Gunner. It looked like he had even just a bottle charge that got instantly cancelled. He had 0 charges, so I think he was just spamming bottle charges on Sammy. Gave him the mana to blink out of there. Oh.
Yeah,
And-
yeah,
and
'cause
that's
he was
what's-
out of mana for sure, actually. Yeah, he got bottled by Lesh. Yep. In
Nice.
fact, he was at 4 HP when he got bottled. Whew.
Oof. They've
Big
done a
saves.
really good job of securing Sammy good farm this game. Well, also, I mean, the fact they've killed this Medusa twice was also very impressive from Zoomers.
Yeah, and you look at it and you're like, oh, yeah, well, she's still ahead. But it's like, yeah, but, you know, this anime just getting warmed up. He doesn't have a Battle Fury yet. Oh, nice. We got the pause
Yeah.
at 13:37. Sick.
The timing. Is it Empyrean again? Yeah.
It's a good night for Dota, guys. We got the Leap Pause. We got EG Quincy. I just
Yeah.
noticed we got Arkosh and Dog Champ later. I mean, this is the night, baby. Some
Yeah,
good
today-
Dota going on today.
Today's slate of games, every game, meaningful or at least potentially close. This series so far has not looked as close maybe as we hoped for. But there is a Medusa.
And, oh, yeah, man. Lower Division has some nice matches left. NA's got it going on here, guys. You guys got to tune into these. Dog Champ versus Arkosh, and then Dog Champ versus the D2 Hustlers, who are undefeated.
Yep. Yeah, the
1437
Dog
going to be an upper division player next season. What's happening here?
I thought he was just a caster. This guy's
I know,
balling.
right?
What's...
He's the only caster allowed to talk any shit now.
Yep.
Excuse me, I'm an upper division player.
Well, yeah, I mean, that top 3 for lower division, very competitive. If Arkosh can get a win, could force some tiebreakers or potentially even just outright make it into the top 2 of the lower division.
Oh, we all hope not.
I feel personally, it's fun having them in the lower division, but, if it's like how they can't really, talk their smack in the upper division because they'll probably go 0-7 though, Trent.
No, they'll evolve. They'll awaken.
Once
Once they've sacrificed the entirety of the lower division,
okay,
they will grow in strength.
they'll do some blood sacrifices
Yeah.
or doing something. I mean, I have to agree a bit with what Jenkins said. It's kind of sad for the cut because the cut, despite going 0-14, actually looked like pretty legit at times.
That's Dota, I agree. They should have to play Arkosh.
Yep.
Yes, good, perfect.
See who gets the slot.
Yeah, the great
I'm sure
idea,
Arkosh is down
Jenkins.
for
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're back. Poor Empyrean his internet. Unfortunate.
Well, so where are we at? It looks like, I mean, overall for Zoomers, game plan going very well. Taking towers, a lot of map control, securing aims farm, and for TOOBASED, Medusa having a decent game despite dying a few times, but the other two cores pretty quiet so far.
Oh, and Flea, I think he's just dead. Oh man, that just came back too.
And Gunner's thinking about going back in. Just a level 1 lightning strike though, so
Yeah,
didn't have much damage.
Husky spots the ward on the hill too. So nice deal with. There's actually 2 more deep in here. They went hard on the wards.
Oh, Monkey's in trouble. It's not been a good game for the poor Viper. His 6th death of the game.
Yeah, it just I don't know how you're gonna get away with that this game. You know. Well, I mean, I guess you're not. But it's pretty greedy.
Yeah, this style of play with the travels, and I mean, it's hard because he had such a bad lane. Usually that's where Viper's meant to shine. So he's like, well, what's my place in this game when you have a bad lane? And he tried to be this split pushing force that's just being punished repeatedly by the Zoomers.
They have 2 heroes that just hung out to dry, the Viper and the Tiny. Because, like, Tiny wants friends to go for kills and stuff, but your Viper is just pushing lanes, so, like, what do you do as Tiny? It's just kind of awkward. Now they're 2 levels below the enemy cores.
Yeah. Well, Tiny wants to play maybe with the supports. The Lion Finger of Death is back up. Gunner at top. Could give Flea another finger stack, and you betcha. Flea's got 2 now. They might not be done. Brax out of mana, doesn't have a Stampede. Ocean has the Sharpshooter. Looking to turn it around
Can't
on
finish
the
him.
Lion.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he can. He's like, I'll mana drain you. Well, double edge, 0 mount cost. So
I thought he would just run away.
I think he maybe could have.
Maybe he doesn't know the trees yet.
Yeah, he's not an offlane player.
Yeah, that must be what it is.
So
Monkeys.
Sammy Boy, Battle Fury up, by the way.
Yeah, if Ocean tries anything cheekier, he might die. Like, it looks like Annihilate's well aware of this, and if he wants to throw like an acorn shot or something. Oh, here we go, though. They're trying to set up for a kill. Oh, no, don't run away, Annihilate. No.
No,
needs you.
Monkeys.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What a shame.
Ocean's struggling to land his spells, but then as a result, Viper's just standing in an Edict plus Nova.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the bushwhacks and everything.
No, he's just trying out the hero in competitive, I guess, a bit. I mean, he kind of juked the Hoodwink spell, but as a result was just like dying of a Lesh instead, so I didn't mind where he placed the tree there.
Just making a pen. Just holding them down. And, oh, Boris, I haven't checked out his build here, but he's gone for the Yasha eggs.
Okay. So no Manta eggs?
Not the Manta. All right, so the Aghanim Scepter, if you guys have not witnessed this build, I believe Ace went to Twitter and wanted full credit. So, Ace, here's your credit. He says, can't believe everyone's doing this build. I'm not getting any credit for it. The unkillable Medusa build of Manta into Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter turns everyone to stone, and duration increases with each bounce.
Very
then you get the shard,
annoying
too.
item.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, really annoying.
Stampede, nicely played. They actually get Boris with this one. He gets blown up before he can even Stone Gaze.
See,
Oh, boy.
now
I don't think he
that
had mana
wasn't
shield on.
unkillable.
No, he had Mana Shield off, right, on Dusa?
Well, he has 983 mana, so I'm going to go with a yes.
Oh, boy. You know, sometimes, you know, it's like the last game with the Radiance and Disruption. That's going to happen once, but it's not going to happen again.
Let's hope so. 'Cause you can't afford very many more deaths. Now 0-3-1. 17-5 kill-wise, and the gold lead's growing. Annihilate has the right idea here, I think, with the quick buy, you know? Just finish my Echo Saber, buy some rapiers, and game will be good.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I'll
So
just
the
make
game plan,
power.
buy rapiers, feed them to the enemy, kill the enemy, and you're giving your Dusa some rapiers.
Ah, yes. The full circle plan. I like it. Ah, there's a bushwhack. I'd like to see a sharpshooter cooldown reduction talent. 45 seconds. I just want to see this thing just like shooting them everywhere, you know? Or maybe we get rid of this boomerang and just have it be like the sniper eggs. All monkeys.
Oh, word.
Go. Not again.
Oh. He's got backup, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Gunner's got the Abaddon coming in. Yeah, Lesh is just going to kill everybody here. Monkey's getting kind of low on mana. May just have to run out of here. Split Earth up in 3 seconds, and Monkeys didn't go for the TP, so Split Earth is back up now. He had a small window to perhaps go for it, but now he just looks done for. Gunner having a nice little redemption game, because I feel like last game was not his best game, even though he fulfilled his job strategically, like he just made some kind of decision errors, and this game he's absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, and it feels like he's playing largely the same. Did you see this line that Boris just drew? He drew the big vertical line up here on the map and said, don't go past there.
Oh,
Anything else is too far.
yeah.
Oh, Essence Ring, that's nice. Like, that's for Boris, yeah. That's a good chance in these fights versus the AM, but his teammates, 675 magic damage. Woof.
They're on the feed train.
Yeah.
And problem is, this is all happening while AM just kind of quietly farmed. I mean, he's 3-1-2, but most of that kill involvement was the laning stage. Plus a couple times where Viper was around and his teammates TPing to kill Monkeys.
Oh, wow. Is he actually going? He's going the Mega Boomerang? Is this real? I thought this item was bad. I feel like I haven't seen this when I've had Hoodwink, at least, in our games. I mean, we've only seen like 2 or 3 Hoodwinks, honestly, in SA. But, yeah, okay, Mega Boomerang, guys. So, toss the boomerang. Upon contact, it returns to Hoodwink. The boomerang will deal damage as it passes through or hits enemies, and apply a Hunter's Mark to cause affected enemies to be slowed and be more vulnerable to spell damage, and have reduced status resistance. Oh, interesting. I did not know that it did spell damage and status resistance. Cool. I thought it was just damage. Use stats resistance, huh? So this hero has break and status resistance mechanics. Is Ice Frog just trying to flex some of these things? He's like, they're not going anywhere.
It's one of these heroes where not as bad as like Oracle, where like there's just so much text on some of these spells where I'm just like, okay, this, you know, I feel like I gotta do my homework to learn exactly what the new hero does. And I just walk away a bit confused. I mean, how much status resist do you know it reduces?
Oh, you gotta wait till he buys it, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Ice Frog likes to leave some secrets.
Yeah.
You're not getting them the cool tip.
That seems like the important bit here, you know? It's just like a 50% status resist or like a 10% status resist.
You gotta pay to find that out. Doesn't come for free around here, you know that.
Well, Medusa actually not going for the Essence Ring. Has a People's Gift, which of course is great on Medusa. Strength and Intelligence, both basically giving you health.
All right, it is 20% move speed slow, 25% incoming spell damage amplification, and 25% status resistance reduction. There you go, guys.
Okay. So can you get negative status resistance then? I guess you can, right?
What, in like more than double a spell or whatever? Or what do you mean?
Like if a hero has no status resistance, will they go into the negatives from it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
so
it'll
spells
increase
last
the
longer.
duration of time. Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Just check.
Now you got it. All right, there you go, guys. There's the Ags in action. Stone up some people.
This game is just all zoomers all day. They not really slowed down since the laning stage where, you know, if there's an MVP for this game, I'm giving it to Husky just for his laning stage shenanigans.
Oh, agreed. Set the whole tone of this match.
And, yeah, for zoomers, complete map control. They see Boris down bottom. Curious to see if they make a play on him. Right now, just happy to get the farm going.
They're just looking at him. Just menacingly from the high ground.
They seem to be running it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Brax is just kind of... Okay, Brax
there
was
she
being
was.
a bait. It was a decoy. They knew they wanted to go on Boris, so Brax just kind of creates some space at mid. Boris does get the ultimate off, gets caught by the sharpshooter, though. As Antimage does turn to stone, but a Mana Void, yep, there we go, blows him up. Gunner has an Aegis too, so they may kill Gunner once, but they're not going to kill him a second time, and he commits the whole Avatos combo to get the Aegis.
The buyback,
though. Can they turn this? Gunner on respawn. In some trouble here. Has a Kaya and Sanj, but that's not going to be enough to get him out of there as Husky looks at TP out. Brax is on his own. No TP for him. Not bad from TOOBASED.
Yeah, they gave the first kill to Boris. Huge. And the second one goes to Annihilate. So I think that was a positive buyback. Yeah, 357 net gain for Medusa. with the AoE gold as well as the kill gold.
Yeah.
Damn, that was risky. That was super risky. Make anything though out of it? I mean, there's no Roche, unfortunately.
Yeah, it feels like it's just like okay, let's farm out Ancients a couple times while they're dead kind of buyback.
I mean, she was literally just standing next to a tier 2 waiting for camps to spawn. So this is a much better situation than they were in prior to that fight. You know? Things looking up right now for Simply TOOBASED. And, you know, now you're kind of thinking things like, all right, guys, what are our big, like, comeback? Like, how does this game look if we win? It probably
Mid-lane.
looks like Medusa having really, really big items like rapiers and lifesteal.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're gonna have to buy some time here. They smoked up. They want Gunner, I gotta imagine here, but the Abaddon is there. Gets the shield off. With the break, the sharpshooter coming in from afar, I believe, and then a Stampede can help Gunner get away. Nice blink hoof stomp from Brax. Gonna set up another monkey skill.
Well, attempt to try and increase the lead. I mean, getting another kill on Gunner would have been sick. Just getting him down once again there. Maybe try and slow down his momentum. Try and put him back closer to last game. But unfortunately, once again, Husky, our MVP, showing off why. Lots of D-wards this game, too, I swear. I mean, all he's bought with the lead and his early gold has just been Solar Crest, and then I'm just buying wards and even a gem queued up here. So, in the phase of choking out what few hopes remain for TOOBASED, and I've got to say, a bit of a surprising chance at a 2-0 here. If anyone was going to 2-0, I probably would have guessed it was simply TOOBASED, but Zoomers have come prepared here, and they're going to step it up here. Period. Don't move.
Oh. He stayed still, but they found him, and the sharpshooter kill is there as we are almost at the boomerang.
It's time.
All right.
Yeah, get this thing going.
And Sammy Boy, speaking of add items, he's got a Scotty now, so problems galore for TOOBASED.
2400 HP, 67% physical resistance, 58% magic resistance. Yeah. You're going to need some really big numbers here.
It feels like we're at that stage where, 14k gold lead, they can't really go high ground, but they are going to farm and keep every lane pushed out, farm the Ancients of TOOBASED, and just wait for that Roche number 2, which we love to talk about, has a whole lot of goodies waiting for Zoomers.
And throw some boomerangs.
Who's getting the shard, do you think?
Well, I mean, clearly it should be Ocean for that ridiculous decoy ability. But, I actually love Leshrak's shard. I was hoping for it last game. I'm always down. I think the AM one's kind of busted, but the Lesh one is surprisingly good, especially when you're defending or sieging high ground.
That's crazy that Hoodwink just gets 6 abilities through Ags and Ag Shard.
New heroes, they get the love.
Yeah.
That wasn't very loving, though.
No. We did not get to see the boomerang, unfortunately.
I know, there were so many targets, too. Come on.
Well, small sign of life for TOOBASED, but even with the kill, I think they have to be a little bit cautious about how they play this one.
Just want to get Boris to Rapier. Rapier and the next Aegis, and they have a chance. It's still a fighting chance, It's not going to be easy, but that's what you're looking at in a game like this. Of course, Medusa versus AM. It's been working out very well in the AM's favor. I feel like he's hitting the big ultis.
Oh, AM blinks in, trying to protect this T1 mid tower, gets tossed up, chain stump, but the Manta to escape, and a nice hoof stomp from Brax. TP in on the creep. Viper is going to show up. They don't cancel the TP. AM
Sammy
goes on the back lines, wants flee. Sammy's got to be
stoned up.
careful. Monkeys. Yeah, Sammy, has he overcommitted here? He's got to blink out as soon
Oh,
as
he's dead.
he gets unstunned.
He's
out.
alive.
The Scotty, the survivability he's getting from is just too much, and now with the supports dead, they're going to look to clean up 2 base bars. He can't really escape. All they can do is stand and fight. He may get Gunner as AM pokes his nose back in. There's a Mana Void. AM's just waiting for the Mana Void, though. Comes in, looking to burn some mana. Manta style is there, and Boris surely. 1 Mana Void, where is it? Doesn't
Get
do
the
enough.
mana
He
back.
actually regen his mana. So Sammy Void is going to get the kill in the end. Actually returns the Earth Spike to the line, and it's going to be 6 dead. They lose Leshrak in the end. They lose Abba, but a huge team fight for 4 Zoomers.
Oh, man, I can't believe they couldn't get him. Samboy was so low. Oh, and of course. Now he gets a regen rune. Yeah, right back to it. Everything going the way of the Zoomers. Oh, that would have been massive if they got that kill. Very bold jumps in there from Sammy Boy, and then, of course, rips the ulti right after the snake returns, so a bit unfortunate in that regard, but the hopes, the dreams, they're crushed.
Somehow Centaur did the most damage. I think he's just getting this damage from return on the Medusa.
Yeah,
It's just like racking up damage stacks.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But yeah, very aggressive play from Sammy Boy, kind of paying off there in the end.
Oh, he felt invincible, and he was right. Oh, Titan Sliver, let's go.
Oh, if he had that in the previous fight, things would have looked way uglier for a 2-based.
Man, this item is so crazy on some heroes. 20% base attack damage on like anyone who buys a bunch of stats is just kind of stupid. Like 26 agi from Manta Style, 25 from the Scotty. It's alright, he's gonna branch off now because he's get towards that MKB at the very least. Oh, Cloak of Flames for Gunner with the Octarine Core going too for all his other spells. This guy's putting out a ton of magic damage.
Yeah, not going for the BKB, just opting for all out, kind of offensive, like you say. There's a lot of, I think, just life still coming out from the Kai and Sanj, and some magic resistance from the Cloak of Flames now, so. Plus, he's probably going to have this Aegis once Roche respawns in a minute, too.
Yeah. He needs to get the what do you call it? The Ethereal Shroud, that's the one. The Eternal Shroud, yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Get something to amp up here.
Sammy Boy
He's got
has
his
the money
mask
for
in
the
now,
MKB.
so he's good, yeah. Oh, they've hurt, man. All the items are coming out now, too. The big ones. Oh, okay. A blink for the boomerang. Excellent. I don't know where Ocean's finding the gold. 8-1-11, I guess. That was only his only death. Wow. All right. Quietly kind of owning this game. My bad, Ocean. Sorry. Didn't realize.
Yeah. Every time I look at him, he's just pushing out waves using the Bushwhack Acorn shot to clear waves, so managed to get good amount of CS. But yes, also 8-1-11. Stampede up top. Brax goes running in. Has a hoof stomp, wants Empyrean, and wow. He just blew him up.
And here we go. Oh, he didn't go for the Medusa.
Okay. Still waiting for that boomerang. Ocean's coming on in.
Here it comes.
There
it
he goes.
is.
Hey!
Beautiful.
Hits the Medusa, bounces back. Boris going to go in with a Stone Gaze, but that looks like a very defensive one. And Leshrac just in the trees, dishing out damage here. Blink hoof stomp onto Medusa. Oh, looks for a Mana Void, gets cancelled, and, well, they get the kill anyways, as Sammy Boy can just do whatever the hell he wants at this point. Blinks forward. They force out a buyback, and he's still got the Mana Void now, so.
You can see Monkey's tried it. He was putting the Nether Toxin on top of her.
Yeah.
Doing what he can to try to help Boris, but it does not matter. It's not the animes they need to kill her at this point.
Yeah, AM is only one of the problems. He's up to almost 80% magic resistance now as he hits level 25.
Yeah, what is up with that talent? 77% total magic resistance right now. And they are so magic heavy on the side. Like the Tiny, the Lion, the Viper. Ha ha ha, indeed, monkeys. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Oh, wait. I thought he took the shard. Oh, yes, Gunner took it. We're in there.
Nice. Oh. We got the abundant split earths just constantly popping up, and things looking pretty grim. It really does feel like it's all up to a Boris Rapier, but a buyback there is pretty much set him back, so we're in for a long high ground defense / siege here if Boris is wanting to farm up a Rapier.
Well, you know, if Sammy Boy takes some liberties once again, maybe he'll jump a bit far. They have the chain stun with the Lion. Flea's been
He's got the Aegis,
faking.
actually.
The Earth Spike's a lot too. Okay, yeah, you know, that's also an issue. True.
Yeah.
He's been trying to bait out the counter spells. Hey, just blinks in their face, sure.
Flea intentionally missing the Earth Spike so he doesn't get counterspelled.
Yep, good.
Very sick play from him. And Sammy Boy is just gonna start hitting the buildings. Has to watch out for the snake. Bounces it back this time.
Oh, and of course it doesn't stone the Medusa because he doesn't have eggs.
Yes.
Science, guys.
So if he gets an axe, it will stone Medusa back.
Yes.
Oh. I feel like it's worth it just for that. Just for like the psychological
Just for the swag,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sammy's just going to ignore the heroes and go for the buildings, but taking a lot of damage. He may just loses Aegis. The shield is... Oh, it barely came out in time. The Mystic Snake causing problems here as Brax goes in with a Blood Hoof Stop, and Leshrac is doing the business top lane, so it's a bit of a split push action.
Yeah,
Haven't seen this in a while, but
they
it's
can't
working.
fight on the Nether Toxin, right? I mean, you could see it there when he's losing the magic resistance. He's just not as scary anymore, but you can only Nether Toxin in one place, so... And it still takes all their efforts to maybe bring them down for the Aegis. I say that, Sammy boy! Oh,
Okay.
they got him!
That's once. And Centaur out of mana.
All right, Fleet. Good, okay.
Okay. What's the plan here? Four Zoomers look like they really want to just get this Rax here.
Oh, Fleet, big plays. There you go.
Yeah, they can't
Toss
use
back, tier
spells.
4s? It's working?
Brax, can they kill him with the tier 4 support? They're doing everything to try to bring down Brax, but with a Heart of Tarask, he's just so damn tanky. Now he almost had the Stampede. He got a burst of mana, but he just couldn't quite get there. 5 more mana for a Stampede, but meanwhile, Anti-Mage is in, Gunner is in. They're just cleaning up the 2-base squad. The Stampede finally comes out, and it is GG.
Ocean hits him with the 3-hero Bushwhack, too. Just put them together, set him up, knock him down. Nice little strike there for Ocean. Great game on the Hoodwink, I have to say. Yes, they were up a game, and it kind of looked like, yeah, he was getting the lay of the land a little bit with the hero. I wouldn't say he's like a spammer, perhaps. But as the game went on, got more and more impressive on that little swirly squirrel.
And unfortunately, it does really feel like this continuing trend of the better teams in NA just seem to convincingly beat the teams who often look like maybe a kind of a tier below them at times. TOOBASED, kind of the newcomers to the upper division, had a great low division run last season, had a really solid showing throughout season 2, but Four Zoomers didn't really get tested here, it felt like.
Yeah, this was vintage for Zoomers. This looked more like when they were like winning a lot of tournaments kind of in the quarantine era at the very beginning, when we had so many online events and they were playing in a lot of them and placing very highly. They looked like they had a lot of the teamwork morphed together. So yes, it's a little bit too late for season 2, but it's not too late for those TI qualifiers. So this is the time you want to be hot right now for the Four Zoomers. This is very good stuff.
Yeah, I know. I imagine it's reassuring if they can easily beat teams like TOOBASED, because that just means, okay, we don't have to worry about these contenders. All we have to worry about is, beating Undying and potentially Quincy Crew, depending if they're in those qualifiers. So they can just focus on, the established teams rather than worry about who's coming from behind. So
yeah, exactly.
Good stuff from Four Zoomers. They round out their NADPC Season 2 with this series, I believe, and earn themselves perhaps a bit more prize money based on their placement. So, not the perhaps Season 2 they were hoping for, but the one they're going to get. And we're going to get ourselves back to the panel after a quick break. We'll see you guys then.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Zoomer squad that takes down the Based Boys here today. A 2-0, another 2-0 here for NADPC. This one, a bit of a beat down from both sides, but it is the Four Zoomers who look a bit more on par. I'm here with Jenkins, and I'm here with Sunsfan back to help break it down a little bit. Jenkins, I'll start with you on this one. Four Zoomers seem even more on form for Game 2. We get the run back, of course, of the Gunner Leshrac, but, the talk at the very end was the AM pick. Having the acorns to pull it out when you feel it's the right opportunity. They pull it out here. Do you feel that was a big caveat to why they were able to win? Or do you feel like that could have been, a multitude of other cores and Four Zoomers still would have probably gotten the job done?
So I think that with other cores, it would probably look just as good, but it's more so the ability for Four Zoomers to pull something like this out when given the opportunity to do so. So they counter the Medusa, I think, in lane versus Viper, especially with an ABBA. You're going to be perfectly fine with AM. We actually even saw them getting a couple of kills in that lane between the double slow of an Orb of Venom plus the ABBA slow and Anti-Mage mana burn. And you also have a tiny mid. This hero doesn't do anything to an Anti-Mage. There's absolutely no way that you can burst him. So it was a really good AM pick. I think just being able to play it is great. But once again, I think with almost any carry, Gunner going 16-4 probably could have carried that game with Sammy Boy on almost any of his signature heroes. But that's the thing, is Sammy Boy can play so many heroes that I think that his game is going to be fine. So it's cool to see Four Zoomers, I don't want to say back in form, because it's really hard to tell the difference between these two teams. We've seen so many 2-0 stomps that it is hard to tell. But my gut says that TOOBASED is a good team they've looked really good against other teams that we pin as good teams. And so it feels like right at the end of the season, Zoomers things are looking up for them going into the TI qualifiers. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I agree. Again, it's just one series, but they haven't looked this good all season long for 4 Zoomers. And maybe it's something to do with getting more, I guess preparation isn't really the issue with them. It's maybe not understanding the patch or believing in things that maybe don't work out, like the first 2 pick Lone Druid and Morphling. Although I don't know if they would have, maybe they would have picked that anyway if it was left open. But from this game, the tier 1 mid went down at 6 minutes. They did a really good job of manipulating the siege creep with the Leshrac and all that good stuff. And like you said, the laning stage for aim was really good. And even though they were winning, I know they were winning, so it looked better, but Hoodwink Ags does not look that bad. I mean, 25% status resistance loss and damage amp with a Lesh and a Centaur. Actually, pretty good synergy. I think that's pretty cool pickup for Ocean.
Yeah, definitely some fun stuff flexed from the 4 Zoomers side. Now, it does look like we have a winner's interview ready to go. So why don't we go ahead and welcome on Gunner, joining us. Gunner, GG's, welcome to the broadcast.
Hello.
What's up, my dude? If you had to letter grade your team's potential and how they performed today, and let's say an A is what would take a win over EG and Quincy, what would your letter grade be for today?
Game 1 was like a C probably. Game 2 is maybe like B+, A-. It was okay.
Ooh.
There's still mistakes.
Yeah, we definitely felt like it was a bit of a turn up for you guys, certainly in game number 2. We want a close match because we've been seeing a lot of stomps this league, but you guys came in and continue to show there's a bar of separation between all of these tiers and all of these teams. Before I hand it over to these two, I just want clarification. Now, you are okay with the fact that Shannon is a giant face on a spray on your team, right? You guys are okay with this?
With Sunspan?
Yeah.
Or yeah. No,
Sunspan.
That gave us
just
some energy.
Sunspan his way on. You guys agreed to this whole thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. It gives us the energy, and all our scrims, all our officials, we spam it. He's always watching us, so.
Yeah, he said that you guys now have a 100% stat win rate when you get the 5 Sunsfan spray pentagram down at the beginning.
That's true so far, yes.
You might need to keep that up. All right. So unfortunately, I am going to throw you into the lion's den here. Here is Jenkins to ask some questions.
Well, my question was going to be, how did he trick you to putting this into the game? But it sounds like you guys are friends, which kind of screwed up to me. But anyway, Gunner, Newsham told me that you and Sammy Boy argued over a level 10 morph talent for a couple of hours after a match. And I'm wondering if you guys
3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago.
I'm wondering if that's still something that happens between you guys, if you argue over these little mechanics for hours on end.
Yeah, me and Sam have the most discussion time probably of like individuals on the team about very minor stuff where we will come to a conclusion like 10 minutes into the conversation. And we'll be like, yeah, this makes sense. And then we go 7 more hours talking about the same thing, even though we kind of already said something at the start. But in the last like 2 weeks, mostly our team's gone through a lot of internal changes that aren't related to like Dota specifically, like communication and all that stuff.
Makes sense. So my second question is there anybody in particular that you've watched play Lesh that inspired you to think like, oh, this hero is really good, I need to start spamming it in the mid lane?
Not anyone in particular. At the start of the patch, for standard heroes, I said Lesh and Pugner are probably the 2 best heroes. But then I ended up going a little off the deep end and said that we should just pick carries mid instead of carries. And play like that, which is why we picked a lot of Morphling and Lone Druid. Because I was trying to replicate our success from the last BTS.
Is it because of the runes? You think you thought the carry mids?
I just thought that they were powerful and they were mids, like the TAs, the Lone Druids, the Morphs, as a strategy, not like a niche pick. But we moved away from that. So now we're back to the traditional mids, which is like Lesh, Pugna.
So you're saying those first 2 bans for each game were wasted by TOOBASED?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately.
Gunner,
Black and
congratulations.
Noted.
Congratulations on the victory, and congratulations on having the best team bundle. Also appreciate you signing the
Thank you,
blood
thank you.
contract that may or may not have been involved in that transaction. Can you tell me the origin story of this level 1 spray action that you guys have going on?
With your face everywhere on the map.
Correct.
So the pack first dropped, and we just finished like game 1 of some scrim, and so we were all like hyping up before game 2, and we play the game, and I used the minefield sign mid on top rune, and I was like, don't worry guys, I protected the top banner and they can't contest this shit. And then after that, we eventually changed the meta to now we have we tried at the start to do one of you protecting top rune, one of you protecting bot, and then 3 in the mid, so the enemy would have to see your face the whole time. But we ended up just contesting top rune, so we instead of having one on bot, we just kind of had 5 in the same area.
Very nice. That's actually quite in depth.
I'm
I
glad
really
you guys have been
appreciate
spending your time wisely.
I hope a
Appreciate
team
that.
like contests by going up and trying to layer their spray on top of yours is like a meta game. That would be pretty
we
epic.
had a conversation before this scrim. I think it was Sam. He's like, guys, make sure we coordinate our voice signs. Like if one person ha-has, we're all ha-haing together. So
I'm actually a little
it's planned out.
surprised. I'm pretty happy with the way things turned out, but the fact that you can just spray paint with 0 cooldown, I don't understand what that's all about. And then
yeah,
the
That's
it's
voice
a
lines are
1
all-
second cooldown, lasts 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then so they do that, but then the voice lines are like really low for every team. It's like I don't know how they balance that out. But anyway, I'll finish up with an actual serious question. As you guys obviously can't get top 2 for the DPC, you have one more match to go. What do you think you guys need to prepare or perhaps improve on the most going into the potential TI qualifiers?
As of now, it's like mostly looking like we have to beat Undying as like the team that's like above us right now. Because I think there's a good chance Quincy and EG qualify. So they're probably just getting more consistent. Because we've beaten Undying in the past before this DPC. I think this DPC was this whole season was kind of bad. I think I played really bad in a lot of the games, and my like helping the team out and like our strategy, specifically me, I think was kind of poor. So hopefully now in the last 2 weeks, we kind of do grow a lot, and it kind of leads into the TI quals.
Cool. Appreciate you spamming the Rabba Baba, by the way. That seems to be the
That's a
least
good one.
loved.
That's
It's
a
my
good one.
personal favorite one, but
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely some good mental damage thrown around because of Suns fan in that series for sure.
I think
And,
mental damage went into making the voice line as well. But
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's fair.
That's
fair.
true.
Jenkins, you should get
That's
it.
true. Yeah,
I would
Jenkins,
appreciate if
look into
Jenkins
it,
had
bro.
it. You know, was a 4 Zoomers fan.
I'll buy it for you guys, not for him.
Thank you, thank you.
You know he's getting a piece of that 50 though. All right, Gunnar, thank you so much for coming on to the broadcast. GG's again. You guys have a series of black and yellow to come next week, so we look forward to that. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
GG's to Gunnar. Hearts in the chat for him. Lots of love. Look out for his streams and all of his good stuff and the rest of the 4 Zoomers squad. Gentlemen, we are going to be shifting into a brief intermission here. We have a little bit of time before we'll be back to square up on panel for the coveted EG versus Quincy crew matchup. Before we let the people go, Jenkins, what do you think the people should be doing with this time right now before they head to break? What would be their best thing to do?
What should they do? I
What should
would
they do?
highly recommend heading out to the local gas station,
Oh, God.
support your local gas stations,
This guy.
grab as many diets as you can. If you're in America, you can probably get some good diets. That surprisingly, with the obesity problem there's actually quite good diet sodas. And then you can open up your XPG laptop, your gunmetal laptop, and watch the single greatest 2 teams in the world face off against each other. These would be if MSS was at the major, top 1 and top 2 teams at the major, of course. And on the XPG, it's going to look better than ever because it's got 244 hertz. It's got the RTX 969.
All right, well, don't
There's
just start
some
making up shit. You don't even know, all right? I don't want to
Okay.
promise people things they don't. Okay, listen, people. When you go to the gas station, you are living that gaming lifestyle right there. That's what he's getting at. And if you want a
course.
piece of hardware that accompanies that kind of gaming lifestyle, you're looking for the XPG Gaming Lifestyle Ultrabook. It is
Nice.
beautiful. It is right there in front of your face. And if you want one, you have the opportunity to get one. You scroll down right now on that Twitch page and you look for the giveaway button. You click it for absolutely no cost at all. You have just supported North American Dota, and you have an opportunity to win either the Gaming Lifestyle Ultrabook, the Xenia XE, or even a chance at the Summoner Gaming Keyboard. Suns fan, you've talked about that wrist pad. It is so damn good.
It's free real estate,
Well,
guys.
it
Don't
looks
be
good.
daft.
I'd love to try it out sometime if you'd send me something, Dakota.
Why are you asking me? I'm not XPG.
Dakota,
That's
I see one
XPG.
behind you. I see one behind
gonna
you.
be-
You can send that
Again, I
tomorrow.
can't cross the line. I'm not allowed to touch it.
I will agree with Suns fan here. It kind of pisses me off, Dakota, that is on that's behind you and not on my neck on a necklace.
That's right. That's right.
I could individually put every key on that laptop on a necklace and then have the laptop as the kind of centerpiece of
Yeah.
that.
I'm sure they'll send you a keyboard for you to take it all apart and put it around your neck like a savage. So with that, get your own XPG set of merchandise and computer that you will hopefully not break apart by scrolling down and supporting the sponsor, supporting NA Dota. With that, gentlemen, we will go to a break. We will leave you with some awesome content to re-air, but when we return, EG versus Quincy Crew is to kick off. See you then.